God expects us to take His law, not His secret will, but His revealed will, to take His law and apply it to the details of our circumstance. Okay? So now I'm going to try to contrast what you see in more mystical evangelical circles and what you would hear in more Reformed circles on that matter. The Reformed understanding of guidance is that God gives me a greater moral ability as I grow up and mature in my faith to take the law and apply it more adeptly to my situation. Part of applying it to my situation is knowing myself and my opportunities well enough to know what God would want me to do given the abilities that I have and so forth. All right? That is a rational process. By rational, it may not be as clear as the laws of mathematics, but it's rational in the sense that it's objective. That you, if you felt that you were called, say, to be a nurse, you should be able to sit down with your pastor and say, Pastor, here's why I think God is calling me to be a nurse. His word says X, Y, Z. I see this about myself. I see these opportunities in the world. And plus, I have a desire to do that. All this taken together would suggest to me that that's the best course for me. I'm better at being a nurse than this and so forth. So you start comparing it to other things. Now, that's a long process, which is one of the reasons why people prefer the mystical approach. Because, no, I mean it. The mystical approach is, God, tell me what your will is. God says, open your eyes and start walking. I've given you a mind. I've given you my word. You have the ability to find some things out. Grow up and learn about yourself and make some decisions. The mystical approach says, no, it's almost like a new line of scripture has been added, although they don't think it's corporate scripture for everybody. But it's like God has revealed all these verses all the way through, and then you can open up and say, oh, and there's one more now. Greg Bahnsen should become a minister. Well, okay, now I know God's will for my life. Now I'm overplaying it. But you see the difference between the mystical, what is God's will for my life, and I need to know God's will, so I need wisdom and maturity in applying Scripture to my situation. One's objective and the other is subjective. One is discursive and the other is immediate. One is rational and the other is mystical.